Even Stevens, yes, even Stevens it is. I am calling it again after the similar status we had in Headingley. This is Test match cricket at its peak, and we can believe that we have a 2-day ODI match in the kitty. Hello and welcome. You are watching Across the Pitch. I am Arnab, tuning in as a cricket fan, and Across the Pitch from Bangalore is a very good friend of mine and another diehard fan of Indian cricket. Let me welcome Anshuman for the very first time in Across the Pitch. Welcome, bro. Tell
Hello,
me,
Arnab.
tell
Hello.
me how you're feeling to be part of the show.
Oh, it's surreal. Trust me, we as cricket fans, we always think about, getting into a podcast or a talk show. Never thought that this is coming into reality. So thank you for that opportunity. I'm privileged, rather. Thank you.
Good to be part of the show and always thought like we'll do it someday, and finally we have the day today.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Earlier in the day, KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant were solid as ever in the first session and ensured India dominated the session. Pant thought a bit extra to let Rahul get to his 100 before lunch, but eventually got run out by a direct hit by captain Ben Stokes. The plot was set for a big score, but regular wickets didn't help India to run England out of the game. Jadeja was solid and scored a match-winning knock of 72 runs, I would say, and India were eventually bowled out for 387 runs, with scores level in the first innings of both the sides. England was supposed to battle out 2 overs before stumps, but with all the drama, only 1 over was allowed before the end of day's play. All right, let's start and let's head to our new panel. And we start the show with Angshu today. What a drama we witnessed at the end of day's play. I would say Test match cricket at its best. Please sum up day three for us.
Absolutely. As you rightly mentioned, it was Mick Jagger in the Theater of Dreams. He was one who used to perform at that center stage, and then we saw the Indian cricket coming all up to the fame that it had carried all these while, right? To start off, yes, initially I thought the day would pan out to be kind of really topsy-turvy, thinking you never know when Rahul and Pant goes out and then the tail wags, right? Then this was really out of a surprise package that Rahul played sensibly. He ensured that he negates the swing early in the day, and Pant with his heroics. To trust me, without Pant, Test cricket gets boring. He has played those unorthodox shots, and which kind of keeps a cricket fan on the hook, right? Sadly, yes, he went out. I would say it was a risk that was not worth it because we were lagging behind. But Rahul hold center stage. We did not have a tail that is long enough like England to wag, but still thought that Pant could have stayed, and that would have been doors for England. Trust me, if India would have played until lunch tomorrow, it would have absolutely put England at the back foot. But nevertheless, we are up here, as you rightly mentioned. The next 2 days is so crucial. It is all about picking those first early wickets, or you let the top order do justice to what they usually pride on.
Yeah, absolutely. This was on KL Rahul to play a big innings, and he delivered until he was like for a minute he lost his concentration and he got nicked to first slip. So it was very unfortunate. If KL or Rishabh Pant would have been there after lunch, the score would have passed 500, I believe, today. So really a big platform that was set for a big score, but unfortunately we were just able to level the score with England on the first innings. Anyways, we'll move to the next question. Take us through the dominating first innings, and was Rishabh Pant's run out a suicide? Was it we lost the cup of a moment that happened with the run out of Rishabh Pant?
It'll be too harsh to say that if it was the losing the cup moment, because I firmly believe, and I'm sure you do as well, that I would say this lead, if not lead, the leveling of the scores is almost like a win, because you still should not forget the fact that we are playing at their home. We are negating those conditions, the heat, the non spin friendly wickets, right? I wouldn't say that we are lagging behind, But yeah, it was at the heat of the moment that Pant maybe have thought that maybe he can steal a single, because usually throws, like, come on, count out of 100, maybe how many throws do you usually think that it'll be a direct hit, right?
And
It was
with pick up and turn. So
correct, correct.
that was huge from Ben
It
Stokes.
was, and if you notice, Punt took a stand back before he took the initial run. That actually made him lose that fraction of a second to ensure that the run could not be completed. Yeah, it is a turning point for sure. I would say, had Punt been there, it would have given us a lead which would have been far fetched from English standards, and we could have put them into pressure from ball one tomorrow.
Yeah. But they came in with lot of pressure in the second innings. We saw the drama towards the end, and Shubman Gill and the entire Indian team was fired up, and they were charging to the batsmen to get 1 over extra to be bowled. And do you think this spicy nature of this match will continue on the four?
Absolutely. For the first time, I'm seeing the shadow of Kohli, the great King Kohli, in Shubman. He is usually a very calm, demeanored person, but then King Kohli's shadows are, I think, he is rubbing off pretty well. That last 5 minutes, I would say, was so intense. It was giving me all the jitters. Had we taken one last wicket, one of them, Crawley or Ben Duckett, we would have been 1 foot already into the Lord's win. But yeah, nevertheless, I am still contemplating that we should be, maybe ensuring that we complete the tail in the next 200 runs. 220, 250 is what I predict that England should be giving a score that we should be chasing.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the viewers, with all the drama in the center, we had Nasir Hussain in the commentary box at the same time, which made the moment even more spicy with his liners, and it was really a big moment for Test match fans who witnessed this kind of a battle towards the end of a day's play.
Right. On the hindsight, you see, had we been in that position, I'm sure we would have also treated it the similar way. But I really like Gil's comment. I obviously cannot quote it on over here on the stream, but yeah, that was something fascinating to watch, and I'm sure tomorrow there'll be a lot of nerves at the start of the day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. So we'll move to the next segment of the day. So that is player of the day. Your pick, Anshu, the player of the day.
I would still go with Rishabh, playing with a injured finger. We never expected him to even take the field, and then maybe the England players were also surprised when he took the field last night. And then from then on, if you saw the first over, he literally danced down the wicket to Archer. That was already speaking volumes of what the Indian team is strategizing to bring in. And then Rahul with those three boundaries on the trot. The intent was clear. Are not getting pushed into. We are off those age where we are negating the first 10 overs to see how the pitch is behaving. It is again new team, new zeal that this team is bringing in. I would still say we are 1 foot already in a lead, in a position of lead.
Yeah, with Pant, it was a different kind of innings because usually he goes full on for the huge sixes. Maybe it's a one-hander or it's just around the corner behind his back. But today he was content. He was playing for the match, and he was playing as per the requirement. So we can see only two sixes in his kitty today. So that was a new, different Pant we saw, but very unlucky to get run out in a test match like this. But yeah, we cannot complain. This is how Rishabh Pant plays, and we have to get used to it in the near
Absolutely.
future.
I was a big critic of Rishabh Pant early on because test match is a gentleman's game, and then you play, you watch the ball, and then you take your shots. But this guy has absolutely changed the narrative of how a test should be played. You'll still have your Pujaras and your Lakshmans, playing test, but you still need that little spark in someone like a Pant.
Yeah, this is like a Sehwag bringing the
Yeah,
Punch when he started playing Test cricket in a different level. So this is now Pant doing it for India, and this is good for new fans coming into cricket, and they will have the excitement and they'll have the interest with this kind of a player playing Test cricket for a long time. Yeah. All right, we'll move to the next segment. That is moment of the day. Your moment of the day.
I'd
For
like to ask
the
you
day.
that first, Arnab. Please go on. Please, I'd like to listen to you. I'm sure we have had our offline conversations. I'd like you to take that first.
Okay, so for me, the moment of the day would be Rishabh Pant's wicket that run out. So in the hindsight, it looks like a silly thing to be done just before lunch. They were in full command going into lunch, and just to give opportunity for KL Rahul to score his 100 before the lunch break, and he went off for that silly run. So that moment is what I felt India missed the trick. And if that was not there, and Pant and Rahul coming back after lunch, India could have gone on to hit a 500 score today. So for me, that is the moment of the day.
Correct. 500 runs, and that would have been an unassailable lead of 120. It would have already had so much to fill in for Duckett and Crawleys and the Brooks and the Roots. But yeah, really, that was a sad part in this test. But I'm sure we are still up here for a surprise. Count me on that. I still feel there will be something, maybe not early on at the start, but towards the end, I'm sure there is something which is waiting for Indian fans.
Yeah. Usually, day three is called the moving day of the test match, but it was in a very good movement until this happened, I believe. And at the end of the day's play, we can all see that scores are level. So
Right.
it's a huge opportunity for Test match cricket to grow here, and definitely this match is going into day five. So a huge couple of days for both England and India, and also very exciting 2 days coming up for Indian fans.
We almost lost one session due to overrate, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So, had those sessions been played, maybe we would have had a better idea of where this test is at the moment.
Yeah,
Uh,
but one insight over here, like since we do not have any rain forecast for the next 2 days, so definitely we are not going to lose any overs due to rain. And with the fifth day coming into play, those extra overs can be bowled even after the scheduled close of play.
right.
So I believe not all, but at least 80% of the overs can be taken care on day five if required.
Yes, yes. So, we are here for a proper Super Sunday.
Yeah, of course, of course, it will
Uh,
be a great day, and also a great day at England because Wimbledon final with again the French Open players, the finalist
yeah,
Sinner and Alcaraz battling it out for the Wimbledon crown tomorrow.
right, right.
So it's a great sporting weekend. Also, Formula One at Silverstone. So England all over sports, and we fans will be all over the television.
Yes, yes, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. We ran out of the context, but your
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, moment of the day. Again, I would still, state the last 5 minutes. That was so intense. You're trying to wrap up the day's play, and then Gill getting under the skin, and Crawley and Duckett already so nervous. I especially like how Gill, the moment Gill stepped in, the rest of them were kind of a barrage of lions who kind of attacked Duckett and Crawley. I'm sure they are nervous. It is so overwhelming to see that this English openers who had termed coined the term as baseball, they are afraid of facing six deliveries. So it is the moment of the day. I've been waiting long. The day started very boring. It was a slow test compared to the first two, and then this is what it gives us. Wow, test match.
Yeah, and also with your point, bringing in like they were afraid to face a couple of overs. During that time, I was focusing on Bumrah. Even the camera was focusing on him. he
Hmm.
was so chill. He was smiling around like this
Right,
is known that this is going to happen anyways.
right.
So he was chill, but just hope like he could have nipped one back to Crawley and taken his stump off the ground. So that would have been a perfect finish. But yeah, we do not get a scripted finish every day. So
Right.
we'll
I
hope.
still I still don't understand why bowlers don't try, because they Bumrah for an example. I'm sure there are a lot of definitions behind this line, but then they could have gone for a yorker or a bouncer or something at the body, right? Maybe
Yeah,
it's difficult to control at the onset, but come on, you have six balls to bowl. You are a legend already.
yeah. And also I wanted to see another two three guys closing in to
Yeah,
field.
yeah,
So there should have been a bat pad with the helmet on. There could have been a short
absolutely.
silly point or a short cover, just creating another line of pressure on the batsman. There was no need of any boundary riders.
Hmm.
Everybody could have been in, but that thing we didn't see except the aggression on the field. But yeah, these days people think differently and the players think differently, and also the management has different plans going into a situation like this. So
Right.
hopefully they attack tomorrow morning and don't think about leaking runs. They should attack full on for in the first session, at least the first hour, with closing in fielders. And I guess Bumrah should go full steaming in for the at least a spell of 5 overs on the trot.
The pitch isn't doing much, so it is very difficult for us to judge at the moment. You never know if they use a heavy roller and then how it pans out for the fourth day. But
Yeah,
I'm just very inquisitive to understand if Sundar and Jadeja will bring a spice to this match.
hopefully they do, because
Yeah.
that was the intention maybe from the team management during the start of this test match.
Hmm.
So definitely they should come in, and at least they should restrict the scoring rate, even if they are not able to pick wickets. Yeah. All right. So we'll move to the next question, Anshuman. This looks to be a 2-day ODI match now with all scores level, and England just 2 runs on their scoreboard. Do you think India go favorites from here?
Very difficult to state at this moment, because I would still want to see what is our state at the time of lunch tomorrow. I don't think England is going for a baseball for sure. They are already at the back foot. Stokes is under tremendous pressure already. If you remember the time at the toss, he never nudged also to think if he's not going to bat ball. He knew he's under pressure. So baseball seems highly unlikely, but I am still wary of the fact that if Duckett and Crawley survives the first hour, they might go in for a partial baseball and maybe come out on the higher stakes of it. But 300 is something that I think that they should be at the max
Yeah.
will be able to achieve.
What I think is the most dangerous players tomorrow for India would be Jamie Smith and Chris Wokes coming lower down the order. With Jamie Smith scoring in a rapid rate and the form he is in,
Mhm.
those extra 40 runs from the lower order may create the difference. And I just hope that even if India gets early wickets and get into a commanding position, they should never relax and let the lower order score the runs, which eventually might be the difference on day five.
Right, and especially if I watched your last episode as well, with Shiva and Rohan explaining the Duke's ball, right? This Duke's ball is something that I am not going Monty on. 10 overs is at the max best that this ball can do. It is all about the bowler's talent of swinging in and swinging out. So
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah.
All right. All right. So we are towards the end of the show. And before going, your prediction on the target England is going to set tomorrow.
I don't know. I like the number 287. It just snapped on my mind. 287, 300 maximum is where I think it is going to get us a game. But again, do not quote me on this. 300, 350, something of that range also is something that India will be under pressure if they
No,
score
no.
350.
Here you have to be very precise on the prediction game. You need to have a single number as your prediction?
Okay, 287.
Okay.
287. I don't know for some reason.
Okay. So for me, I'll take 298 as
Okay,
the target.
okay. And then you still think the India is chasing that down, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
my prediction is day five is going to be a history in Test cricket.
Nice, nice, nice. Monday blues.
Yeah, Monday blues with a lot of optimism.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
hopefully we nail it down on day five.
Yes, yes, right.
All right, we will end our day three discussion here. The match is hanging in the balance, and I hope day four turns out to be very exciting. I would thank our viewers for watching and hope you liked it. We will be back tomorrow with Shiva and Anshuman. And thank you, Anshu, for joining. It was a pleasure having you in the show.
Lovely talking to you, Arnab.
Yeah, same here. You are watching Across the Pitch. I am Arnab signing off. Bye bye.
Bye bye.